昨年9月にはロックダウンを解除し、レストランなど零細企業を守る政策を打ち出してから民主党のプロパガンダ機関フェイクニュースの袋叩きにあってきたフロリダ州知事ロン・デサンテス。しかし蓋を開けてみるとカリフォルニア、テキサスに次ぐ全米3位の人口を抱え、しかも全米2位の高齢者数が居住する全米の隠居老人の憧れの州でありながら、ニューヨークより圧倒的に少ない死者数。前年比、住宅販売が 15% も増加、他州で廃業を余儀なくされたビジネスがどんどん移住してきて、企業ブームに沸き、失業率も全国平均より低い自由な州、フロリダ。その一方で、徹底的に高齢者を保護、老人ホームでは訪問者禁止、チャイナウイルステストを居住者や介護士たちに義務付け、感染が発覚した場合は速やかに隔離、入院させる措置を取ってきた。つまりは、陽性患者を老人ホーム送りにしたノーナシクオモが知事を務めるニューヨークとは、全く正反対の政策をフェイクニュースによる中傷キャンペーンにも屈せず断固として取り、成果を出したデサンテス知事。予備選前になると、いそいそと FOX ニュースに出演し、保守派が喜びそうな新たな決意表明に明け暮れ、実際には極左政策に迎合するばかりで、全く何もしない腰抜け共和党議員たちに心底失望しているトランプ支持者たちの熱い支持を集めている。カリフォルニア、テキサスに次ぐ人口を抱えるフロリダ州の知事として、貧困家庭へ学校選択オプションを拡大、悪法な打開、連邦政府によるコモンコアカリキュラムを廃止し、公民教育を強化するなどの教育改革、環境対策、航空機業界を中心とした多くの企業誘致に成功。また、もともと州税のない納税者に優しいフロリダだが、新学期が始まる前の5日間の消費税も免除、事業者の賃貸税の減税、7日間の防災休暇まで施行するなど、矢継ぎ早に改革を推し進める実行力に注目が集まるデサンテス知事。しかもデサンテス知事には、彼よりも演説が上手いと言われている、びっくりするほど美人な奥様が全方位的にサポート。彼女の演説があまりにも聴衆の心をつかむので、デサンテス知事は彼女の後にスピーチするのをやめたとか。就学前の小さなお子さんが3人いるにもかかわらず、ボランティア活動と運動に重点を置き、子供たちに問題解決と批判的思考のスキル、メンターシップ、尊敬、責任を啓蒙する。レジリエンシーフロリダキャンペーンを自身が中心となって発足、推進するなどデサンテス知事の秘密兵器と言われるファーストレーディ、KC デサンテス。デサンテス知事は2月25日から28日までフロリダで開催された最も影響力のある保守派の年次総会 SuperPAC に登壇。最終日に行われた非公式な人気投票ではトランプに次ぐ2位の 21% を獲得し、一気に2024年大統領候補ナンバー1に躍り出た。それでSuperPACでのデサンテス知事の極左への、そして共和党エリートたちへの宣戦布告とも取れるスピーチをどうぞ。
Well, thank you. We love you too. For those of you who aren't from Florida, welcome to our oasis of freedom. We are an oasis of freedom in a nation that's suffering in many parts of the country under the yoke of oppressive lockdowns. We look around in other parts of our country, and in far too many places we see schools closed, businesses shuttered, and lives destroyed. And while so many governors over the last year had kept locking people down, Florida lifted people up. Florida is leading in protecting our vulnerable residents, saving the economy, and safeguarding the freedom of our people. In Florida, schools are open. Every Floridian has a right to earn a living, and all businesses have a right to operate. Now, we are stronger as a state and much happier as a people because of this leadership. Florida has lower per capita COVID mortality than the national average and lower than 27 other states. Our unemployment rate is lower than the national average, even though tourism isn't fully back. And our budget is in great shape. We have not touched one red cent from our rainy day fund throughout this whole time. Florida got it right, and the lockdown states got it wrong. Florida has also led and continues to lead on ensuring the integrity of our elections. Now, 20 years ago, if you had uttered the word Florida and the word elections in the same sentence, you would have been met with snickers. Well, when I came into office, I didn't wait for a crisis. I took early action to make sure we'd have a smooth election. One of the first things I did when I took office in 2019 was accept the resignation of Brenda Snipes as the supervisor of election in Broward County and remove the supervisor of election in Palm Beach County. We got those going in a good direction, and then when COVID hit, I rejected pressure to make hasty and ill-conceived changes to our election administration like mass mailing of unsolicited ballots. And the result, on election night, by midnight, the state of Florida had counted, tabulated, and put out 11 million votes. But we're not resting on our laurels. This year, Florida is leading on banning all forms of ballot harvesting and banning third-party political groups like those funded by billionaire Mark Zuckerberg from interfering in the administration of our elections. The bottom line is this: in Florida, your vote counts, and we will continue to have a process that is transparent and that inspires confidence. Florida is also leading in protecting our people from political censorship and in holding big tech accountable. When our legislature convenes next month, it will pass and I will sign the most ambitious reforms yet proposed for combating political censorship and deplatforming, for preventing big tech from interfering in our elections, and for safeguarding the privacy of your personal data. In Florida, we are not going to let the terms of the debate in our country be set by oligarchs in Silicon Valley. Now, Florida is leading on the issues that matter to conservatives. We don't spout hollow rhetoric. We take decisive action. And what's true in Florida is true for conservatives across the nation. We cannot, we will not go back to the days of the failed Republican establishment of yesteryear. We reject open borders and instead support American sovereignty and the American worker. Building a movement on the foundation of amnesty and cheap foreign labor is like building a house on a field of quicksand. We reject weakness in the face of the threat posed by China, including their actions in international trade. We reject military adventurism. Instead, support a strong defense solely for the purpose of protecting our nation and its people. Now, the battles ahead will be made more difficult without the voice of one of our greatest field generals, my friend Rush Limbaugh. On Wednesday, the state of Florida had the flags flown at half-staff in honor of Rush, in honor of his legacy. Rush displayed the courage of his convictions time and time again. Rush was one of the first to fight and win against cancel culture. Rush showed that fighting the left requires strength and that conservatism devoid of backbone is doomed to fail. So at this moment in our history, and I think Rush showed us this, but particularly now, standing for the right things comes at a cost. You will be attacked, you will be smeared, and you may even be canceled by the major organs of the political left. Now, anyone can spout conservative rhetoric. We can sit around and have academic debates about conservative policy, and I'm not saying you don't do any of that, but the question is, when the Klieg lights get hot, when the left comes after you, will you stay strong or will you fold? So enjoy CPAC in Florida as you leave to go back home, although if you're not from here, I don't know why you'd want to leave here. But when you do and you engage in the battles ahead, hold the line, stand your ground, and don't ever, ever back down. Thank you. God bless you.